Ravenswatch. The nightmares here are like your ex, spreading and corrupting everything in their path, so you must hone your skills and find the strength to defeat the creatures of the nightmare, using unique hero abilities inspired by characters from folk tales and legends. Yeah, you can choose one of the well-known heroes, such as the Red Hood, Beowulf, or even Aladdin, and hack and slash your way through hordes of monsters. If you played Curse of the Dead Gods, you will be pleased to know that these are the same developers. If you didn't know the game, check it out. It's one of the best hack and slash roguelites inspired by Hades, and Ravenswatch kinda follows a similar visual style as Curse of the Dead Gods and lets you play alone or in a team of up to 4 players co-op. Saturnalia. This is a game you probably never heard about before. A third-person, artistic horror adventure where you play as 4 characters, experiencing a storyline tied to the haunting traditions of an ancient village in Sardinia, Italy. Well, for me, North and Eastern European, Sardinia associates only with sun, wine, cold beer, pizza and friendly locals. But in this game, I doubt you will find any of those. The village itself is a maze with no 2 parts being precisely the same. You will have to explore and solve the mysteries alone. The game will not guide you by your hand or penis. If you die, well, let's be honest, when you die, the village will reconfigure itself into a new form. You will solve puzzles and open shortcuts to new areas with various tools and items you find along the way. Your goal is to unravel the story and put a stop to a creepy ritual at the heart of the game. Sounds fun, and the price is more than nice. Ruina. This is a brutal action shooter set in a year of 2091 in the dark and gloomy cyber metropolis. You will play as a wild psychopath and go bananas against a corrupt system to uncover the truth and retrieve your kidnapped brother. Here you will be able to combine cybernetic reflexes, augmented tools and the arsenal of fallen foes to tear down and dismantle evil corporations, or be dismantled by them, 50-50. Game features lightning-fast combat that requires a delicate balance of overwhelming brute force and elegant strikes to overcome all manner of savage opponents. You can blast through crowds or slow down time and calmly select your points of attack before unleashing a storm of violence. People are saying that the game is naturally easy to control and is one of the best examples of the cyberpunk genre. Chivalry II. When years ago I tried the first part of the game, I liked it so much that I played it for several hours non-stop. I had great internet, so anyone with slower connection died from my swings like bleeding pigs just because of the lag in their pathetic homes. I felt like a combat god, but that only lasted until some averagely talented players with good internet speed connected to my server and, you know, I started to die a lot. That I didn't like. I have a similar story with Chivalry 2, but somehow this part was easier for me to learn and I had tons of fun. So here you'll try to dominate massive 64-player battlefields. Catapults tear the earth apart as you lay siege to castles, set fire to villages and slaughter filthy peasants in the glory of team objective maps. Also, a fully featured mounted combat system will make you feel like a true knight, and that includes the ability to trample your foes, land devastating front and rear horse kicks, unhorse your opponent with a lance and engage in a deep melee combat with grounded or mounted opponents. The game has a very positive review score left by tens of thousands of players, so I think it's safe for you to give it a try. Ghostlore. I'm not a very huge fan of pixel graphics action RPG games, but the last time I ignored this game I got several comments about it. So here you'll fight supernatural monsters from Southeast Asian folklore. As developers say, it is inspired by timeless classic action RPGs such as Diablo 2 and Titan Quest. Ghostlore features detailed item and character customization systems, procedurally generated maps and 90s retro graphics. So here you'll have to slay over 40 different kinds of enemies, each with their skills and tactics. Also, Ghostlore allows you to mix and match abilities from 3 out of 6 character classes to create your own unique hero. People are saying that the game is like classic Diablo but Asian, and that is cool, something really refreshing. Dark Souls Remastered. I don't know if there is anyone who has never heard about the game, but I know that there are plenty of people who have never tried it. You know, because of the fear that the game is too difficult, people are deliberately cutting themselves from this amazing experience. And they are absolutely right. Mental health is not something we have a lot these days, so if you don't have masochistic tendencies and find dying over and over again uninteresting, the game is not for you. But maybe you need a challenge. Maybe you lack some achievement in your life and completing Dark Souls Remastered is the thing that will finally raise your self-esteem. You know, then you could tell every friend of yours that you have beaten Dark Souls and they will be like,
"Wow, really nice, wow."
Usually they will never ask you that, but you will tell them anyway. People who complete a Dark Souls are vegans of the gaming world. There is no way that you finish the game and never told that to anyone. Faeria. Are you bored from Gwent and Hearthstone? No problem, try Faeria. You'll find enough content to keep you entertained for hours. Basically, if you like Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering, then you may very well like the deck building aspects of Faeria. The game involves tactics as well as strategy, since it uses a hex board which makes it stand out from similar games. Also, graphics and style will blow you, well, at least your mind. Game used to be free, but now it's not. It got a lot of negative reviews because of that, but don't worry, the game is still great. It's just not free anymore, and now it even has very positive reviews on Steam. I can only guess that by monetizing the game, the message Faeria is trying to send us sounds like,
"Stop being poor" or something.
well, that's rude, Faeria. Wow, just wow. You can't say that to people. Let them be poor as long as they like.
My friend Pedro.
This is a violent ballet about friendship, imagination, and one's man's struggle to obliterate anyone in his path. The strategic use of split aiming, slow motion, and the old stylish window breach create one action sequence after another. If I had to describe this game in one word, it would be fluid, intuitive. Well, that's 3 words, but I was never good at counting. Anyway, this game is pure carnage with amazing features like time slowing and killing enemies with a frying pan. People on Steam are saying that this is a platforming Max Payne, although yellower and with Adidas tracksuit. And you know, Pedro, it's not you, it's a talking banana which makes you commit murders. Great game. Call of the Sea. A wonderful game for puzzle lovers when you unlock the secrets in the Hunt of Missing Expedition. It is the year 1934. In the far reaches of South Pacific, you play as Nora, who has crossed the ocean following the trail of her missing husband's expedition and finds herself in a lush island paradise, a nameless forgotten place dotted with the remnants of lost civilization. What strange mysteries does it hold? And what might Nora dig up in her quest for the truth? Maybe a better recipe for potato salad? Nah, I doubt it. People are talking that Call of the Sea has very interesting story and the visuals are stunning. On Steam it has about 90% of positive reviews, and that is definitely enough for you to dive in this first-person story-rich adventure. Find your husband, my hero. Find him alive. The Wolf Among Us. This is a gritty, violent and mature thriller based on the award-winning Fables comic books. You'll discover that a brutal, bloody murder is just a beginning where every decision can have enormous consequences. And it's not only what you choose to do will affect your story, but when you choose to do it as well. You don't need to know anything about the comics this game is based on, because events in this story are set before the events seen in the first book, and this game gives you an option to beat up practically anyone you don't like. Sadly, you can't import that energy-sucking coworker of yours in this game, but hey, you can beat him up in real life instead. I mean, if you are stronger than him. If not, just smile and blame your genes. Wizard with a Gun. This is an online cooperative sandbox survival game set in a magical wilderness littered with monsters and arcane mysteries. You will embark on a journey alone or with a friend to collect, craft and outfit your wizard however you see fit. Carefully designed weapons, bullets and furnishings for your tower, but also you'll have to try not to burn it all down as the magic you wield escalates beyond your control. People are saying that the game is very fun, but there are few buts. If you play it alone, it will become repetitive and grindy after a few hours, but if you have friends, which is unlikely, that may change the perspective a bit. This game is fun with friends. People who left reviews on Steam have from 4 to around 25 hours of gameplay on record, so not that bad. Also, the art style is awesome. Not as awesome as you, my friend, but still really pleasant for the eyes. Torchlight II. People on Steam are saying that this game is highly addictive and can fast-forward your life rather quickly. Some people say that this is a spiritual brother of Diablo 2, but I can't agree with that. It's too cartoony, the models and color palette reminds me of World of Warcraft instead. Although I played World of Warcraft for several years, I still have the best memories. I think I will get back to it. That is when I'm old, some 25 years from now. Anyway, Torchlight 2 is great, very complex and fun, and if you are cool with this colorful Disney princess visual style, it may be one of the best action RPG games you have ever played. You know, if you like Diablo or similar games like Grim Dawn or Path of Exile, Torchlight 2 is probably a must-play. Age of Wonders Planetfall. A wonderful game for Age of Wonders and Heroes of Might and Magic fans. You'll emerge from the cosmic dark age of a fallen galactic empire to build a new future for your people. Or, you know, ruin everything even more, why not? You will build your kingdom with one of 6 unique factions, ranging from the militant vanguard to the dinosaur-riding Amazons, cyborg zombies, and unicorn raccoon kittens of darkness. Well, maybe not the latter, but I assure you that the diversity of units is really nice. Although they should make DLC for the raccoon kittens of darkness, that's no doubt. So you will progress through each faction's missions using your wits, military strength, and diplomacy. You know, become friends with some nasty faction and then backstab them. There is no shame on a way to greatness. You will explore planetary ruins and encounter other survivors as you unravel the history of a shattered civilization. Game has a nice single-player campaign and random skirmish maps. You can play it alone or dive into multiplayer battles and feel the shame of defeat. NieR Automata. So the game tells the story of 3 androids and their battle to reclaim the machine-driven dystopia overrun by powerful automatons. Here humanity has been driven from Earth by mechanical beings from another world. In a final effort to take back the planet, the human resistance sends a force of android soldiers to destroy the invaders, and you are in control of them. The combat here is beyond fluid. You can change between ranged and melee, perform high-speed battle actions, and so on. Also, it has 26 endings. If you are into that stuff, you can replay the game almost indefinitely till you get them all. That's if you are some kind of a masochist. I don't judge. Little Nightmares 2. You will return to a world of charming horror, a suspense-adventure game in which you play as Mono, a young boy trapped in a world that has been distorted by the humming transmission in the distance. With a girl in the yellow raincoat as your guide, you set out to discover the dark secrets of the signal tower. Your journey won't be easy. You will face a host of terrible threats from the horrific residents of this world. So check the status of your mental balls, the hardness, the texture, and dive into the world of horrors and quirkiness. This game is weird, to say the least, but it is one of the best side-scroller games you will ever play. I can guarantee you that. The Entropy Centre. Here an extinction level event has set the world on fire. You appear to be the last remaining person alive, so you could just move into rich people's houses or a bunker with fancy pools and golden spoons, but instead you are like, no, I'm going to the Entropy Centre where mankind's only hope lies at its very core. So as you can see, this is a puzzle game, but it is so innovative and well narrated that it has above 90% of positive reviews. People on Steam are saying that the scenario of the game could be easily remade into a sci-fi movie. It's that good. And if you are not good with puzzle games, don't worry, the difficulty is quite friendly, although it will take time to get used to time rewinding logic. Valheim. Most of us can remember the hype it caused on release date, and the hype is well deserved. This game is really a masterpiece with a review score never, at least on Steam, never below 90%. It may scare you that the game is still in early access after all those years, but if you focus on the main objectives only, it will still provide you with more than 70 hours of gameplay. And in general, Valheim is a brutal exploration and survival game for 1 to 10 players, set in a procedurally generated world inspired by Norse mythology. You will craft powerful weapons, construct longhouses, grow your balls, and slay mighty foes to prove yourself to Odin. Stories Untold. This is a narrative-driven adventure game. It combines a mix of classic text adventure and ferocious point-and-click action. You'll find 4 short stories packaged together into a single mysterious anthology. The game is strong with 80s retro nostalgia. It is a classic text adventure formula enhanced by a few modern touches. Overall, the game is kind of a horror-ish experience. People on Steam are saying that even this game is short, it has a compelling story and also gives the Stranger Things vibes. Although for some people, a game-breaking bug sometimes occurs on the first episode. That bug has been in the game for almost 5 years now.
Ouch.
Anyway, if you are among the unlucky ones, don't forget that you can refund the game if you don't have 2 hours of gameplay accumulated. That stands for every game on Steam. But those bugs are pretty rare, because Untold Stories has very positive reviews on Steam. You may even feel bad that you paid this little for the game. God and Story. This is a social sim and adventure RPG where you play as Concord, a newly appointed village guardian. There is lots to keep you busy. Not only your neighbors need assistance, but a mysterious rot has seeped into the foundations of once flourishing island. Honestly, that part of the story is a shameful ripoff from yonder Cloudcatcher Chronicles, or from a never-ending story. Although that doesn't really matter because this game is really different in many other aspects. Anyway, he will help your friends with their struggles and they will help you through yours. You know that raging addiction to pineapples in your potato salad will not go away by itself. You need help. So here you'll have to balance caring for the environment, exploring new regions and fostering new friendships as you solve puzzles and help restore the grove to glory. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. You'll find yourself in Hong Kong, a vibrant neon city teeming with life, whose exotic locations and busy streets hide one of the most powerful and dangerous criminal organizations in the world. In this open-world game, you will play the role of an undercover cop, trying to take down the mafia from the inside out. You'll have to prove yourself worthy as you fight your way up the ranks, taking part in brutal criminal activities without blowing your cover. You will be torn between your loyalty to the badge and a criminal code of honor. You will risk everything as the lines between truth, loyalty and justice become permanently blurred. Game promises that you will enter illegal races, kick back with some karaoke and gamble on cockfights. Let's hope they have animals in mind. And now thank you for watching, have a nice day and I'll see you next time.